video that has been trending for quite some time. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but this woman, I am ashamed of what she said. As someone who is an advocate for natural hair and an African myself, I am ashamed to see this woman not even appreciating the God-given crown that she has on her head. Let's check out what she has to say about this.
You know, I love the direction that the conversation is obviously going. Woo, Lord. You know, we are speaking about beauty, and one main thing that, you know, lots of African women, especially when we're talking about beauty, is about the hair.
They are bringing up the topic of hair, and I feel like it's something that has always been there. Everybody has something to say about African hair.
She came to me and said, okay, yeah, I'm this, and I got this degree and this degree, but I have weave. I wouldn't be able to tolerate that because, see, you got to take it off. She's like, got to take off the eyelashes. That's not for me. I mean, for my wife, I just can't take it. But it looks good.
Let me just be clear. So you don't like anything that's not natural?
No.
Y'all were raised to walk around looking like white women.
Black women are made to feel that they can't wear their hair naturally was quite a surprise to me.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I don't. But to the idea that it's actually they don't feel like they can wear it naturally.
Yeah, I think it's something that's really subtle. It's not being told to you directly from society, but it's everything that you see all around you.
Throughout history, there's been people being fired from their jobs just because of their hair, being discriminated against because of their hair.
She was stunned this year when she saw her school's new dress code policy.
It was the hair, and I noticed that as you kept reading, it just added more and more hairstyles that were natural and mostly worn by Black people.
Did it feel personal to you?
It felt very personal to me.
This needs to stop. And as Africans, if we ourselves are not people that love our own hair, who is going to love it? Because I can tell you that when I am with my natural hair, the way I get so many compliments from people.
Even the men that I attract are different.
I agree.
They are different. Like, I don't get the, hey, yo, mom, I don't get that. Beautiful queen, how was your morning? I get.
We need to normalize having the afro hair out. We need to normalize loving our hair. We need to normalize like limiting the amount of weave or wigs we put on our hair, and also embrace our hair the way it is. Whether it's short, whether it's long, we need to start embracing our hair as African women.
Yes. You know, like that, like I feel like that's the beginning of beauty for a lot of African women, you know. And there's this whole battle, you know, natural hair versus wigs or weaves. What's your take on it?
Your natural hair is good for church programs. Your natural hair is good for when you want to pick your kids at school. Oh, wow. Don't bring your natural hair to my event.
Are you not ashamed of yourself?
First of all, she's undermining people. What she's trying to do and trying to say is that don't wear your natural hair. It's not beautiful. It's not beautiful with that dress. It's not beautiful. It's only good enough to go to church. It's only good enough to be in the house. When you go to events, when you go to weddings, when you go to parties, don't wear your natural hair out because it's not good enough. She does not appreciate African hair. She does not appreciate her own hair.
She's a disgrace to humanity.
I'm really ashamed with this woman. I am really ashamed, to the point where I feel like she is being brainwashed by the Western standard of beauty. That's why you can even see by the weave on her head that it's something that's straight.
No!
Rocking natural hair on your wedding day.
No, wait.
Natural hair on your wedding day.
Before we get there, hold on, don't kill me. The reason why I said that is that every woman are beautiful in their own image. I've never seen a ugly woman in my life. I keep saying it and people look at me and be like, you don't see? No, I don't see that. Because we are crafted different way. God knew what he was doing. I can't create you, so I can't say you're bad or you're ugly, right?
She says God knew what he was doing, right? And every woman are beautiful in her own way. But then now, I don't get it, because now she's contradicting herself, saying God created women beautiful in different ways. But at the same time, the only thing that's not good enough is her hair.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Like the contradiction.
But if you insult me, I can call you ugly in the middle. But what I'm saying is that I am a lover of natural hair. I had natural hair, I relaxed it. I cut my hair like every year and grow my natural hair back.
How can you say you're a lover of natural hair, but at the same time you say you can't wear it at events, you can't wear it at weddings, you can't wear it at some fancy place?
What do you mean by that?
She's trying to cover up for something she already exposed to us, that she has insecurities. and that's her hair. She doesn't appreciate it. She tells us she loves natural hair, but at the same time, she's telling us not to wear it out. What is that?
I love it. And I realized that it's not actually it's not good to the sight every time.
When you say the sides, like to see.
To see.
Stop it. Get some help.
Honestly, I'm just disgusted by what she just said right now. I'm just disgusted and ashamed. As I was watching this podcast, she spoke about getting her body done and like so many things. And then she speaks about, oh, women are beautiful in their way. God created them in different ways and stuff like that. But you don't appreciate the way God has created you. That's why you went for those surgeries. That's why even now you are telling people that their hair is not beautiful in sight. It shouldn't be seen all the time, only in the house or only when you go to church. People like this sicken me. Sicken me to the core.
Every time. Do you know what I did? Then I said, okay, how can I make it better?
Okay.
Braids is close to natural hair.
Okay.
I make braids every time. I'm not really a wig person. I don't even know. You see, I cannot lay my edges. That's why I put this thing. I'm not a wig person. But when you want to wear natural hair every time, but that's your choice. But think about it. Consider us.
Who?
It's just her opinion about her own hair. It's not everybody's hair. She's saying consider us. If she doesn't want to look at natural hair, then she should close her eyes if it's not pleasing in her sight. Woman, wow, this is intense. When it comes to people undermining natural hair.
I'm coming after you.
So what about the women that rock natural hair on their wedding day?
I would love to do that.
Would you do that though?
No, I would love to do that because it's on my wedding day, something different. I like to explore. I really want to wear a jumpsuit for my wedding if they let me.
No, that's different.
Yeah.
Natural hair.
I really want to, yeah.
So you'd actually be natural.
I would really want to have a natural hair or extremely low cut on my wedding. It's my wedding day. I want to see that picture again and be like, yeah, I did something different, but not every day.
I get you.
To some extent, I kind of get that she is saying, because the statement where she said that it's not pleasing to the sight, that's the one that's like, it's a no-no. But the other thing that she said was, try something different every time. Yes, I do get that. But don't be dependent on wearing wigs. Don't be dependent on putting weave on your hair all the time. At some point, you have to like let your hair breathe. Just take time to get to know your hair and then you can braid it and style it the way you want to. But don't be dependent on weaves. Don't be dependent on wigs, especially straight wigs. I feel like it's a time where we need to start even embracing afro wigs. Those wigs are beautiful. And I'm so grateful that people who made, I forgot that brand, but they make natural hair wigs that replicate African hair. And that's something to be proud of because that was something that many people didn't do back then. But now it's coming even into wigs and all of that. So basically, I feel like this podcast is more of undermining people with natural hair. It's more of putting them to shame. And there's this pastor.
All of you be carrying natural hair about. Who natural hair help? Okay. You better wear your wig. I be doing like this. And be flipping it. Go and spend that money on hair. Draw your brows. Buy lip gloss. Look good. Natural hair is not selling market. When you marry, you off your wig. Because you have entered. There's nothing they can do about it. But before you enter, don't be caught on fresh. Never. Package yourself well.
This pastor is busy telling women not to embrace what God has given them. She's saying that, oh, men will be attracted to women wearing weaves. Men will be attracted to that. That's how you catch men. Your natural hair is not going to do anything for you. Let's say you are a student. And mind you, she was talking to single young women. They might have been in university or might be in high school. And she's telling them to invest in wigs. Where will they get that money to buy that lace front Brazilian, Peruvian, Indian hair? Where will they get that money? And that's not how it's supposed to be. Even looking at her as a pastor, saying those things, I'm like, what kind of generation are you trying to create? It's like you're telling us that we need to be fake in order to be seen. And I was watching this podcast the other day where this woman was speaking about how men are attracted to natural hair more than they are to straight weaves and wigs. And this guy had a comment where he said that
the majority of you ladies literally look like each other. And this is a scientific thing called assimilation. The majority of women that, you know, we men encounter, they all look the same. What is one of the main things a man wants out of a wife? Not cooking and cleaning. She has to be different than other women.
That's the problem. It's like we are all trying to fit in and become uniform. And we were not created to be uniform. We are created to be different and unique. That's why when you have your natural hair out, you look different. Why? Because that is actually you. You don't look like every single person going around. But I know, as women, we don't dress up or we don't do our hair for men. We do it for ourselves so that we can beautify ourselves. But all I'm saying is stop being dependent on the wigs. Stop being dependent on the weaves. Those things are not going to help your hair, especially the wigs. I can attest to wigs damaging my hairline. Honestly, I am just so ashamed at women who keep undermining their own hair. Ashamed that even people follow their rules. And these people are those that are influential. I am really ashamed to say this. Like I can't anymore. By listening to that podcast and listening to this pastor, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame that other races can appreciate African hair, but us as Africans, we don't appreciate our own. Us as African women don't appreciate our own. We say that our hair is hard to manage, but is it really? If only we could learn how to do it, then it would not be hard to manage. We start relaxing our kids' hair when they are 3, 4, 5, because we say it's so hard. There's nothing hard in this world. You'll never know what's easy until you find it tough. It's only a learning process. There are so many products out there, even DIY products that you can put on your hair to soften it and make it manageable. But because we are lazy, because you are lazy, you don't want to do that. I'm not saying don't wear braids, don't put on a wig, don't put weave. All I'm saying is take care of your hair and love it. Because nobody's going to love your hair the way you do. And nobody's going to take care of your hair the way you do. I found that as much as a lot of women depend on weaves and wigs on their hair, they neglect their own hair. Because it's easy for someone to buy products for a wig. That's the one thing that I don't get. There are women that buy so many expensive products even. You've got to be glued and all those stuff. You buy them for your wig. What about your own hair? Why don't you buy oils and creams for your own hair? Instead, you are putting these gels and creams on the weave, and then you get up in the morning and straighten. Let me just say, there's something interesting because many women say that they don't have time to do their hair in the morning, right? But you have time to wake up in the morning, glue down that wig, and then straighten it, put the got-to-be glue, lay it down, comb it. Like, you have so much time to spend on a wig, but you can't even take that same amount of time to spend on your hair. It doesn't make sense. So all I am going to say to you is that embrace your hair the way it is. Yes, you can wear wigs, weaves, whatever you want to do with your hair, but love your hair as it is. Take wigs, weaves, and braids and all of those stuff as a way of switching up your style, and just embrace your hair. That's it.
For a black woman to wear her natural hair, however that manifests itself, to me is a declaration of power and of pride and of love and of identity. I'm just a huge fan of it. I really am. I'm a huge fan of it. I understand why we do the wigs and I understand it. But I understand it, but I would never demand it.
Yeah.
I would never demand it. Many women that I see with naturals, I go out of my way to tell them how beautiful their hair looks. And just to see their shoulders rise and that smile beam across their face. It's just, I don't get tired of it. I just don't get tired of it. So I celebrate you.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.